Welcome to this course, Customizing your ZBrush Interface. Okay, so this course, what we're going to cover is changing all of the icons and sliders inside of ZBrush to give you a different look. Okay, so we're going to be changing all this around. We can change these colors. We can also change the main blocks as well, which we're going to do inside of ZBrush. The next thing we're going to look at inside of ZBrush is how to set up custom icons in custom positions and palettes inside of the interface area. So we'll be fully modifying these kind of areas, and we'll be looking at the left and right tray areas as well. So on the left hand side there's also a tray area which is not visible there, which we will also put some things into as well. So as well as that, I'll also be showing you how to create a top level menu item and a sub menu item of that level. I'll also be showing you how you can create a quick key to make that menu appear. Something like this we can get to pop up when you press a short key combination. Okay. I will also be showing you how to create a custom brush and also how to get that to appear in both the lightbox and inside the brush menu, and create the icon associated with it as well. So we'll be doing that as well as this. So we have quite a lot of stuff we're doing. Also within the course itself there's other things we'll be looking at as well, such as structuring your work scene. So basically getting textures, so having basically a texture database or an alpha database or a brush database on another drive and linking that so that it pops up in Lightbox or inside of the panel sets inside Lightbox when you activate ZBrush itself. Now I'll also be telling you about the document background and how to change that to have any color you like, and like I said, a full interface. So I'm going to go through all of the colors. You're going to see all the color changes that you can use. We're also going to look at the sort of preloaded layouts and color structures that ship with ZBrush itself. So by taking this course, it should speed up your workflow significantly and make things a lot easier for you to find. So like a practical use for this would be if you're doing lots of hard surface modeling, you might well decide that you need a palette set up just for your hard surface tools. So this would be a classic example. You also might want to set up another brush folder structure with brushes that you've created yourself, and you want them to be accessible via the Lightbox or via startup of ZBrush. So that's just one use. There's a ton of different uses, plus understanding the kind of scripting and stuff that goes behind the scenes is also going to be useful to you as well. Now I supply full shortcuts on pretty much all of the stuff that you need inside of ZBrush, and we're also going to tackle the macro development side as well, where you can actually record something. So you have a repeatable task, like you take a Z-sphere in this case and you turn it into a Dynamesh, and that might be something that you repeat. You can go really involved with it and take that and change the size and do all these things, and actually, you know, you could apply a surface noise to it. You could then mask by cavity, and then you could de-inflate or inflate that, reverse the mask out. And so with a press of a button you can get it to record these things and then reapply them to something later on to speed up your workflow. So a classic case, for example, would be if you've got a base mesh, it could pull a base mesh in and it could set that base mesh up. It could mesh it, it could also dynamesh it, and basically get that mesh ready for you to do any character sculpts. So you'd always have that repeatable thing that you can use, and in a click of a button it can do 100 different things, and then prepare it for you to carry on. This can save you a lot of time. It's really good to know macros inside of ZBrush, like you do for Photoshop with actions. It works in pretty much a similar method as that. So this course all round is I've included lots of how to move icons and things like that in lessons that I've taught before on ZBrush, but I've never gone in depth with all of the customization features that are available inside ZBrush. So this was to address this, and the reason I'm doing this course, I never even thought to do it, to be honest. I was actually asked by one of my Facebook group students, and he actually asked me to do that and to show a little bit more information. And originally I was going to do it as a free video for him, but it ended up being quite big, so that's why it's now on Udemy. And I think this is going to be a really good thing for you to sort of learn. I might add to it as they bring new features out, but I think I've got 90% of the main things that you'd be using this for. Now, if you want to learn the scripting language, then you can get into that on your own. This is not about scripting using ZBrush scripting or anything like that. This is automatic, but we will look at the scripting and you can see how it kind of works. Alright, so yeah, this should be a good course for you. Other things that we'll sort of cover in here, but I'll actually do a little sculpt of a brush, a rock brush in this case, and I will turn that into a brush preset with the icon as well. So that's pretty good. That's a little bit out of the realms of customization, but if you want to customize brushes and stuff like that, then it falls back into that group as well. And like I said before, like having control over all of your assets are really important. I mean, I use a set of textures that I've got all folded up nicely. Like I've got grasses in one folder, I've got human figures in another folder, I've got flowers in another folder, bark for wood, rock, and I have those so that I can load them straight into Lightbox and I can view them all straight away. But all those files, like also for alphas and also for brushes and tools, I have those on another drive. It makes it really easy for me to take that drive, plug it into another computer and hook it up into ZBrush in that particular computer, so I can carry it on the go. So the shortcut way of linking things to ZBrush is really helpful for you guys, and I think it will kind of change the way you work quite a lot, especially creating all of these shortcut keys for floating navigation. It's yeah, it's going to be really good. And like I said, I think I covered pretty much everything. Again, if I haven't covered everything and you know of a certain thing of way of customizing or something that I haven't covered, please write to me or message me and I'll update that video, put that video in there so it covers it. Also, if I've gone a bit too quick, I've tried to be really slow and methodical, and nothing is very complicated with this kind of process of customization. But if I've gone too fast for you, again, please message me and then I can get back to you and give you the answers to the questions. So like I said, ZBrush is absolutely brilliant at having the ability to customize literally everything inside of it, and since version 4.8 they've made it retina ready as well, so it looks good on even small tablet devices as well as a big desktop or whatever you're using it for, or multiple desktops. Now, something I don't mention inside of the course is the fact you can drag lots of these layers, a bit like Photoshop, onto other monitors. So that might be a way that you want to clear the screen. Now, the other thing also, if you press the tab key on your keyboard, that will actually free up a lot of real estate. It's quite a useful key. If I'm working on my tablet, for instance, I use my tablet just for doodling, but if I'm working on my tablet, I'll often press the tab key, as I've got a keyboard attached to it. Then it just allows me more space, and then I'll just use my shortcut keys to jump to some of these floating menus. So on a sort of movable or a mobile way of working, these tablets and this way of creating extra real estate is massively important for you. So like I said, there's tons of helpful hints in this course, and yeah, hopefully you should get a lot out of it. And I'll see you in the course where we'll start to have a look at all of the customization methods inside of ZBrush for R8. Now I know on this screenshot I've got ZBrush R2, but we're using for R8. Okay.